What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I am back with a recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is for season 6. I will have the episode number in the description. So the episode picks up where it left off with Marceau and Mel going back and forth. Marceau says that he doesn't want Mel and Tisha to be in a bad place. He wants them to be in a good place. That's not what your actions show. I know that's right, Melody.
I mean, honestly, it's not just this one thing. There's been times when, there would be like social media wars, and it wouldn't be between me and Tisha. It would be you.
So Marceau says, honey, that wasn't in 2020. That was 2019. What difference does it make? It was your big head, raccoon face ass nigga. Okay, it was you, big toenail head. Okay. And was it me, or did Mel's voice change? It wasn't as soft as, how I'm doing it. Her voice was different. Did y'all catch that?
Marceau, you like to throw your little jabs and stuff, and, if you're not going to fess up to it, then quit trying to gaslight me, Marceau.
Marceau says the t-shirt business is my trinket. So then Marceau gets to talking about the t-shirt business and how it's a small business that's not really doing nothing. So Melody ends up saying, see, that's that jab shit that I was talking about. Now, who got the small business that's not really doing nothing? And once again, I keep reiterating to you all, and I will keep regurgitating this point to you all. It is very important for a man like Marceau to put Melody in her place, put her in lowest terms. She's not as weak as his wife. So it's just like, yeah, I'm going to have to really throw jabs. I'm going to have to say this, say that, gaslight her, make her question and doubt her business acumen, her work ethic. Okay? That's all that is. He's an insecure man, and an insecure man is someone who has a poor self-image. They lack confidence. Okay? And you really should lack confidence. Shit, you the one with all these damn lawsuits. Okay? Melody threw that in his face too. She was like, I could bring up your damn fraud case. Okay? And then he tried to hurry up and bypass that. Well, you ain't got to do that. And he tried to like play it off like, cool, nigga, you bother. I saw the look on your face. Big toenail head. You need to pay the people. Pay the piper. Okay?
So did y'all get paid? Did y'all get paid for doing a Black Expo?
Did y'all see how he tried to avoid all of that and try to go to the next subject? I'm like, damn, you and your wife, honey, y'all be deflecting. Y'all be neglecting questions. Who said that? We said that. We got questions. Where is the answers? Okay? Child, this man he know how to deflect, honey. He has made a career out of deflecting, out of creating diversions, out of changing the subject, honey. Like, damn. Okay?
I was good enough to speak at the Black Business Expo. Oh, but when it came to paying, now it's, we don't feel like she has enough knowledge.
Exactly. Okay? Exactly. And yeah, we got to remember that they asked Mel to speak. They wanted her expertise because they know she's the bomb.com at business. Okay, Tisha has been copying Mel for years. Okay, she copied the Embrace logo, honey. Got down to the first reunion and denied it, honey. Okay. Tisha has also copied Melody, creating children's products for, the hair care, the shampoo, the conditioner. Now she got that with her daughters, honey. And ain't nobody saying that Tisha can't come out, with these different businesses, but everything is right after Mel does it. Okay, it's like she needs Mel's stamp of approval, honey. Okay? Like, oh, Mel did that? Okay, I'm gonna do that. And it's really bitches out here that's like that. Like, they want to copy your every move, okay? I call Tisha married, black, single, black female, honey, okay? That's what I call her. Y'all seen the movie Single White Female? That's what Tisha is. You got bitches out here, though, like if they found out you fucked a certain man, they gotta fuck that man, too. Yeah, that bitch fucked that man. I gotta fuck him, too. Tisha would do that, too. Okay? Yeah, she had him. So yeah, I gotta prove that, I could get him too, and I'm on her level. These bitches, they delusional. They feel like if y'all fucking the same niggas, y'all on the same level. No, that ain't what that means, sis. Okay. These niggas like fucking you Build-A-Bears, you Bernstein Bears. Okay, that ain't what, Miss Robinson and Miss Melody would pick out. Okay, these niggas will fuck anything. Okay, like, damn. But that be the women like Tisha that suffer from the internalized misogyny. They believe anything that a man tell them, honey. Okay? The sky is green, bitch. Is it really green, my soul? Like, I thought that the sky was blue, but like if you say it's green, I gotta take your word for it.
I started a company that did $1 million in like 1 year.
And here go Marceau, and that went bankrupt. See, everything that you are proud of, everything that you are confident about, I have to tear it down. I have to remind you that it wasn't good enough. This man is abusive. He's disrespectful. Okay? And he's behaving like this because he's so insecure. And I know people are like, no, Marceau, he just has a funny roundabout way about him. He has such a sense of humor. No, yeah, we're laughing, but we're not laughing with you, nigga. We laughing at you. We're laughing at how pathetic your self-esteem is set up. That you have to put down this woman. Even Hook had it. Okay, and Hook had it be liking to play those same games too. But see, I think Hook had it is of the belief of, that's my ex-wife. I was with her. So when I say certain shit, it's one thing. I'm not going to allow your ass to say shit because it's not true. And you can really feel it. They didn't really expound upon it at the meeting, but you can tell that Martell was getting hot. Like, why is he had questions in his mind, like, why you trying to act like Melody ain't all that successful? Why you trying to act like she just is, so new to the business? Yeah, maybe the t-shirt business, and see, people start businesses all the time, and that don't mean that they do well. And Marceau feels like, well, Melody is only doing good because of this platform. Okay? And it's not just your platform, it's your work ethic. It's, are you likable? Can you get people to resonate with you and your story? Melody is, she's very smart. She is. You can tell she's been in business for a long time. And it's so funny because Marceau said something to Melody along the lines of, and yeah, it seemed like every time I turn around, you got a different business. And he tried to make it look like, yeah, I can't take you seriously because you keep switching up and trying this and trying that. And it's like you just trying to make something stick. That's what your wife is doing, nigga. The audacity. Like if I was Melody, I would have slapped the shit out of him. You would have seen his big head bobblehead, Mr. Potato Head ass fly up in the air. That's what your wife do. Where's the Mommy Business podcast? I will wait. Okay, this bitch is delusional. She has all those degrees. And I told y'all the bitch got imposter syndrome. She has imposter syndrome. Why would you start a podcast when you have a speech impediment? And yeah, you may have gotten some work done on it, but you still got that thick ass accent. Okay, you still be mispronouncing your words. You and your mother. You better reconcile. Okay? She still is in the same place. Yeah, Tisha has improved her look, but she's still that same bitch. Okay, I told y'all, it's that part where Tammy Roman got Malaysia together. No, she said that. I'm sorry about Evelyn. You still the same bitch. With Malaysia, it was, I got your number. Okay, I got your number. We see each other. But yeah, let's get into imposter syndrome really quickly before we wrap up this Marceau and Melody scene. So imposter syndrome is that uncomfortable feeling you experience when you think you're unqualified and incompetent. You might look around and assume everyone knows what they are doing except you. And if you achieve something good, you chalk your accomplishments up to good luck. Okay? So they actually have 5 types of imposter syndromes. It's called the perfectionist, the superhuman, the natural genius, the soloist, and the expert. And that right there is why Letitia Scott cannot take constructive criticism, because it is a bruise, it is a wound to her already depleted, low self-esteem. Okay? Have you ever had an argument or a discussion with somebody and you kept trying to make a point and they didn't even want to hear it? They wanted to do what Miss Letitia Scott did, which was walk off. They didn't really want to hear the feedback. That's why she got so upset with Mel when Mel made that comment, because how dare the bitch that I copy off of, how dare she gives me constructive criticism and feedback on how I can improve. Okay? See, somebody that's healthy would be able to take that type of criticism. Melody could take it. Okay? And I know a lot of y'all feel like, oh, you just be picking on Tisha. No, I'm trying to let y'all know who Tisha really is. Because she's not this good person. She's not this poor perpetual victim. Victims do not take responsibility and accountability for their actions. They are always pointing their finger at somebody else. That's why she told Kimmy, Mel a mean girl, Kimmy. Mel got a die soul. She was trying to make her opinions about Melody, she was trying to make it law. She was trying to get Kimmy to feel the same way about Mel. Okay? That's what she expected, because I guess Kimmy had joined in. What was that, on the first season when they was telling Mel she was bougie? See, Kimmy was down for it then. And Tisha got thrown off. She's a codependent. I need somebody to back up, to validate my feelings. I can't validate myself. Okay, so I need your help, and I will get really upset and throw a tantrum when you don't agree with everything that I do. Okay? That's why Tisha felt attacked at Tiffany Sippency. And while I'm reading my damn screen about imposter syndrome, and how the people that have imposter syndrome feel like a fraud. What is Tisha and Marceau caught up in? A fraud case. Okay? That's the imposter syndrome right there. They are up here acting like they are more than what they really are. And Melody, since she's a confident woman, normally she wouldn't even try to take a jab like that. But it was more like, oh, nigga, you want to come my way with it, with the shade? Okay, well, I'll throw up y'all fraud case and how y'all being sued for all the millions. Since y'all got y'all shit so together. So why is that going on? And he wanted to hurry up and get away from that. Because once again, I avoid conversations where I'm being held accountable and responsible for my actions. Okay? Tisha, if you notice, is more emotional. She wants to get up from the table and storm off. Marceau is not going to let you see him sweat. That's why he deflects by making a joke. Similar to what Dr. Heavenly does on Married to Medicine. When it's some heavy shit going on that she need to deal with, she'll make a joke at somebody else's expense. And I love Heavenly, but, you know, she does do that, okay? But she ain't as bad as him. I'm just, you know, making an example. So Big Toenail Head, like I said, he tried to bring up the bankruptcy thing, and Melody said she only filed after her ex filed. She was going through a divorce and he wasn't about to leave her with all the bills. And Melody brought up how Big Toenail Head had to file for bankruptcy and he ain't even went through no damn divorce. Okay, he just bad with his finances. Okay, i.e. that's why he owe all these people. Okay?
Yeah, Marcel, you filed for bankruptcy because your finances, they just wasn't right.
The look that he made, honey, when she took that jab. Get his ass, girl. Knock him down. Knock that big head ass head off, honey. Okay? Child, if I was Melody, I would have chopped this fool up. Chopped up his sense of self-esteem if there's anything left. Because I think you going around on a low tank, okay? You and your wife running out of gas, nigga, okay?
I could have brought up your fraud lawsuit, Marcel.
Girl, get into it, honey. You should bring the people on the damn show that he owns. Now that would be reality TV.
But you haven't heard me say that at all.
So Marceau says to Melody, is it necessary that I agree with you in order for us to move forward? Melody said, honey, I don't need you to agree with me. I just need for your stuff to be factual. But girl, you are dealing with frauds, okay? That's why they got a fraud case, okay? That is their identity, okay? So Melody says, I have been in business for over 10 plus years, being an entrepreneur. Marceau says, I'm talking about one specific business. Mel says, so you trying to limit me to e-commerce? Marceau says, I don't know what you do. You know what she do, nigga. The same shit that your raggedy ass, copycat ass wife do. Mel got to telling him how she still does property preservation. Child, he wouldn't be able to get me riled up because I know what I'm looking at. Okay, a nigga with low self-esteem. Child, and then Melody said, yeah, the same thing that I put you in, okay, with your movie theater working ass. Okay, I think he didn't forgot. Can I get some popcorn, nigga? Okay, extra butter with a Coke on the side. Okay, he look like one of them big ass movie theater security guard ass niggas. That's what he looked like. So Marceau says that every time he turn around, Melody has started a new business, and it looks like somebody that's trying to throw something against the wall to see what sticks. That is what your wife does. Because where's the Mommy Business Podcast at, nigga? Okay, she had the little fingernail polish with the girls. Now she doing hair care products. Now she doing this. Now she doing that. Now she, like, child, that's what she do. Okay, it was just baffling to me. Was I by myself, guys? Put it in the comments. It was baffling to me. He's talking to Mel, but talking about Tisha, because that's what she do. Okay? And the bitch got all those degrees. She still ain't educated. Okay, brand new. You got a soul. Like you shouldn't make fun of me. I'm gonna make fun of your ass every time I see you. Okay, I gotta call it out. But yeah, that was just like crazy to me. Like the gaslighting. Like, it's crazy. So Marceau tells Melody he still wants him and her to be cool. Nigga, please, you could keep that, okay? He says, like, he feels like the Fletchers embellished upon what he said. It was a bigger conversation, and, you know, they shouldn't have stretched that point out. You said what you said, Shawshank. So Marceau admits he likes Melody's marketing strategies. Nigga, she do so much more than that. He says property preservation is something that he values. I thought that you said it's something you don't value. You don't even value what you do. Whatever the hell y'all do. It look like y'all just taking the damn people money, honey, if you ask me. So Marceau gets to telling Melody about the town hall meeting that Kimmy and Maurice is throwing. That way, you know, the collective can give their opinions on the Black Expo and how it could have been better, right? Everybody can give the feedback, the constructive criticism that him and his wife, they can't take. So, child, make it make sense. So, Melody was like, it's crazy how he started out criticizing me. Now you want my feedback all of a sudden? Child, bye. Okay, so next, honey, we got Tiffany and Big Lou. I want to say this. I liked how open and honest and vulnerable Tiffany was with Big Lou. Because I feel like a lot of times as Black women, we have a hard time with being vulnerable and being transparent with our feelings and saying things like, hey, I'm afraid that, you know, you may get used to being without me. You may forget about me and the baby. Because honestly, that's not really something we as Black women, like, we don't say stuff like that. But hell, Tiffany is half white. So look, that may work out for her. Okay. But I just love the honesty, the vulnerability, the transparency. I'm afraid to lose you. I'm afraid to lose us. We have to do better. She tells Big Lou she misses him, but she feels lonely with Big Lou being away from home. He says, what do you want me to do? You want me to stop working? You know, he can't do that, Tiffany. Big Lou let her know that we both knew that life would be different with having a baby at this time in our lives. So I think Big Lou is like, girl, you said you wanted this, you got it, now you complaining. But I understand where Tiffany is coming from. It's like, I never said that I wanted this without my husband, without my life partner. I need you. You know, I need a soft place to land. And I feel like it's okay to tell your mate that, you know, this is the person you love. This is the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And you have to be able to properly communicate how you feel in an open and honest, transparent and vulnerable way. And I really loved, you know, how Big Lou reassured her. But something did pop in my head as it pertained to narcissistic relationships and marriages. I don't get any narcissistic vibes with Tiffany or Big Lou, but this is how scary narcissism is, because you could literally not know that your partner is a narcissist, and you could have did the same thing that Tiffany did, and that person is looking at you like, oh, this is how you feel? This is how you feel? And they shaking their head and they promise they're going to do better. But instead of them doing better, they weaponize the information that you gave them, and they give you more of the same. It's like they began punishing you for your feelings, for your thoughts, for your emotions. So my heart did kind of go out to people that may not be in a healthy marriage, like Tiffany and Big Lou, because I felt like they both did really good with this conversation. Like, this is the healthy way to have a conversation with your mate, to fully hear them, to not weaponize information. But the way these marriages and relationships are set up now, I think a lot of people are so scared of really being vulnerable, of really saying how they really feel. I remember I was in a relationship with a guy in my past, and he had said to me, I'm not going to say how I really feel. And that's very dangerous. I didn't know it at that time to be with somebody like that, because he did end up being somebody that would weaponize, information and use it against you. And that's sad, right? Because you're human. You're going to be up. You're going to be down. You're going to be emotional. You're going to feel insecure some days. You're going to, you're just going to be all over the place. And your only hope is that you are partnered with somebody that can really see you in every aspect, right, that comes out of you. So, yeah, but I just want to give y'all that little tip right there. If you ever are with somebody that says, yeah, I don't want you to know how I really feel. No, that's a red flag that you with the wrong person, because we shouldn't be in relationships and marriages hiding how we feel. That is the best part about being a couple, being vulnerable and honest with each other about how we really feel. That way we can properly improve things within our marriages and our relationships. And at that time, I didn't know that, but I learned, unfortunately, the hard way. Tiffany had also mentioned to Big Lou, like, yeah, like, what if, you find somebody hotter than me? And because men, some men, if they are away from you, for a while, we've seen it on these shows, guys, right? Where these men, they get a little distance in their relationship and they feel like, well, hey, that gives me the right to cheat, to step out. And so I'm just so happy Tiffany was able to express how she really felt about that. But once again, it popped into my head, like, what if certain people are not in relationships or marriages like this, where they can say how they really feel without it being used against them? Because a narcissistic man, he will hear all of that and be like, oh, okay, this bitch is jealous. Okay, well, how about next time we go and take the baby for a walk, and I'll flirt with women in her face. Or maybe I will have an affair. That's her fear, right? Like, I'm serious, guys. That's why I think a lot of people may be scared to commit to a relationship or a marriage, because it's like, wow, what if I tell you how I really feel and you weaponize it? And, because I told y'all, we are in this era, I should say, of control with men. They want to feel control. They want to feel powerful. They feel powerless. You even see some of this in Marceau and Tisha's marriage. He knows this woman is jealous of Mel, but yet you'll hear him say, yeah, or you'll hear him invite Mel to where him and Tisha is going to be. Remember when he invited Mel to their date night and Tisha got all out of sorts? You can't tell me he didn't do that for no reason. He knew that that was Tisha's Achilles heel. Okay, yeah, Mel bothers her. Yeah, let me throw Mel in the conversation. Like a lot of these narcissists are very pathological, very insensitive. They're not emotional about your feelings. They don't care. Very nonchalant. You know, and you just have to. You got to know who you're with. So I just pray that, most of you guys are partnered, with the right people. That way you don't have to think about that. But yeah, be very aware, you guys, because, these days there's a lot of acting going on where, you feel seen and heard in the moment, right? Like I know with me and that person, I felt like that, like, wow, he really listens to me. Wow, I'm able to hold space with him, right? And he takes me seriously. And honey, if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have did that. But I thought I was in a safe, healthy relationship. I thought that, right? But, yeah, I'll never forget that. He began to, say certain stuff and do certain, so you gotta watch out for that. And always watch out for somebody's behavior. Don't just, believe their words. Okay. That's one way to get around all of this. Pay attention to behavior and speak up if the person says or does something you don't like. But I did love how both Tiffany and Lewis navigated, this conversation. It was really good. I really liked it. And y'all know I've been kind of annoyed with them, but I love this. I really did. So next we got the town hall meeting. We got Maurice. I believe he gets there first. Martell comes in. We got Tisha, Stormy, and Courtney. They are there. I like the color that Tisha had on. Now we see Courtney and Marceau, they dap each other up. Even Tisha and Stormy, they have greeted each other. But I feel like this is going to be the new beef. Stormy doesn't have a filter. I noticed throughout the meeting, she kept calling Marceau a bitch. Y'all know I don't even like Marceau, but I felt like that was unnecessary. Yes, he does act like one, a queen. He be saying stuff to get, in under women's skin. And it's funny because he tried to tell Tisha, well, that's what Stormy is trying to do with me. She's the one upset and, she wants to get me all mad and riled up and I'm not. So that's Marceau's thing right there. Like, oh, I'm going to talk shit, but I'm going to maintain control, right? I'm not going to let them see me sweat. But I do feel like he felt the way about certain people's critiques of, him and his wife in this Black Expo. Melody ended up coming in. I was like, Melody, what do you have on? But she said she had to take a flight. I didn't like that for this. Maybe around the house, but yeah, I don't know. How did y'all feel about what Melody had on? I didn't really like that. I liked it, but just not for this, right? It just, I don't know, it was a distraction. So Marceau gets down to business. Now, this is before Melody walked in. He gets to saying, as far as the expo, I wanted businesses that are relevant to our community. Marceau ends up talking about Melody and the way she's able to sell products. She has this direct connection to the consumer through the Love and Marriage Huntsville show. I love that they highlighted it with the music and the logo of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I thought that was funny. I was like, come on, Carlos. Marceau's point is that he doesn't feel like Melody would be all that successful with her products without this platform. You don't know that. You don't, because these days we are in the days of being influencers. So she could have started a YouTube channel. People could have took to her and she could have started a product business and they could have been selling like hotcakes. You don't necessarily need this show. I mean, you're on this show and you still fucking owe people and you still caught up in all these lawsuits. Okay, so what is you trying to say? Your damn wife then went back to school. I just felt like all these times got these degrees. The bitch still can't form a sentence in the proper way. She's still saying Espo instead of Expo. Like, this nigga was contradicting himself, and I was like, shut up, big toenail head. Okay. And he did what most narcissists do, which is, I want to put Melody down. And to me, I don't give a damn what Stormy is doing. I like Stormy, but Melody, I'm kind of more impressed with her. I'm going to tell y'all why. Okay? But before I make that point, he did what narcissists do, which is, yeah, let me beat up on Melody. Now, you done already had this meeting with her and criticized her from the Rudy to the Tootie, honey. Okay, you was all over her. And now you want to big up Stormy, who keeps calling you a bitch. Okay, that's interesting. Stormy, I noticed, did not flinch, didn't say anything. And his point is, Stormy didn't have a platform like Love and Marriage Huntsville. But I'm going to say this. This is why there's no comparison with her and Melody, because Melody's personality is more likable. Absolutely. Even when Melody came in, even when she disagreed with Marceau at this meeting, and even with the private meeting that they had by themselves, she never called Marceau a bitch. Okay, Stormy has some work to do as far as being a businesswoman. Yes, you are making a ton of money. Yes, I respect Stormy, but Stormy is an incomplete package. She doesn't know when to be quiet. I felt like it was inappropriate to keep calling him a bitch throughout this meeting. Just say, you acting like a queen. Like, I would have been okay with that, but like, bitch, like, honey, remember Cynthia, she got mad at the last minute, but remember when Nene called Peter a bitch? Now that was probably a little bit more fitting, honey, but I'm just saying, once you call somebody a bitch and then she did it over and over again, and it was just like unnecessary. I think even Maurice was like, why you keep calling him that? Like, it's not funny. It's not landing. And I know some people will say, yeah, but Marceau acts like one. Yeah, he does. I'm not here to negate that. But it's like, I feel like Stormy does not understand timing. She doesn't, like, even on last week's episode, when she said that in front of Tisha, once you had already said that he acted like a woman. You didn't need to call him a bitch in front of her. Like, she kept doing it. Like, you don't have to keep throwing jabs. And that's why Melody ended up laughing, because it's like, damn, I can't even believe she keep coming at him like this. But honey, she is Betty's child. Okay, Betty's spawn, honey. Her mother is evil as hell. But yeah, you definitely want to learn how to read the room. You want to know when to say stuff. What environment. Because yeah, Marceau may be acting a certain way, but you pointing it out every 5 minutes, that's not cool either. Some of the people I saw in the Facebook group was like, Courtney should have checked her. And and he could have maybe redirected her. I don't feel like he needed to check her per se, but be like, babe, just, But yeah, I didn't like that. And y'all know I don't even like Marceau, but I just felt like it was unnecessary. But that shows you how people are. They feel like, I'm rich, I'm making a whole bunch of money, I ain't got to change shit. You do have to change certain things about yourself. You do have to watch how you communicate with people. I wasn't mad at her for cussing him out about the $100, but I'm just saying, you know. So Martell tries to get some type of understanding of where Big Toenail Head is coming from with this whole thing with Melody. And they're picking on Melody because they're jealous of Melody. I really do believe that. I really do believe that. We know that Martell is jealous of her, but he was able to see through the BS, and he feels a way because he didn't help Marceau out. That's what we didn't heard him tell Chris Fletcher, like, dude, if it wasn't for me and Melody, your ass would still be at that damn movie theater. We even heard Melody say that we introduced your ass to property preservation. But see, Marceau likes to rewrite history, and that is the number one sign you are dealing with a gaslighter. They try to make you question and doubt your reality, and they literally become these revisionist historians about timelines and what you helped them do. We see in the next episode, Martell get to telling him all the shit that he didn't help, Big Toenail Head with. See, Marceau feels like the person he is now, this is who he has always been. No, honey, we all had to grow in this life. Okay? And I like what Martell said to him. If you wasn't doing something before the platform, then that means that it's not relevant. It can't be successful. And Melody is actually successful at what, she is doing. She has the audience. I think him and Tisha are jealous of her fan base. That's why they are trying to, I don't know. That's why I've been seeing them lately, like in these Facebook groups, trying to have some type of communication or camaraderie with, the fans of the show to, I guess, to be more appealing, to be more down to earth, to be more personable. And where did they get that vernacular from? Where did they get that from? Melody, but they will never give her credit. I told y'all, I used to date somebody, okay? And the motherfucker stole every idea I had, every little thing I would do. He had to use it. He had to recycle it. He had to remix it. Never wanted to give me props. He was a lot like Marceau. He had a poor self-image. I didn't know at that time until, he started, saying stuff after some years of being with him. I figured out who and what he really was. He was a man with low self-esteem, low self-confidence, because the fact that, my nigga, you can't even come up with your own ideas, you are copying off of a woman. Like, child, where is your manhood? Where is your masculinity? Okay, where your dick at, nigga? Okay, is it still clipped to you? Okay, shit, you might as well give me your boss, okay? I'm just saying, listen, okay, like, to add insult to injury, but yeah. So I like that Martell picked up on where Big Toenail Head is going. And see, Marceau is the master manipulator. I'm going to tell you how. Marceau knows that Melody and Martell are divisive. Okay, they're not cool right now. Melody is mad at him. She didn't, been back and forth to the courts with him. They're not really filming together unless they, do these group meetups. So with him knowing that, okay, because he likes to divide and conquer. The same game he's playing with Melody and Tisha, he's playing that same game with Mel and Martell. I'll talk bad about Melody, and I expect for Martell to throw her ass under the bus like he already has, like he has always did. Okay? He doesn't respect Martell, Martell really need to distance himself away from Marceau, because Marceau feel like he's so much better than Martell. And yes, Martell has did some some ain't shit nigga stuff. Okay, he has, but nevertheless, he did help put Big Toenail Head in property preservation with Melody. He loaned this man and his family a car so they could get back and forth to work in. I guess they were staying at one of their properties. Like, the list goes on, all the shit that the Holts have did for the Scotts. But guess what? The Scotts, they're so delusional, right? They are so delusional. That's why they owe all this money, right? And they being called out for fraud, but they up at the Beyonce concert, girl, like ain't nothing happening, right? Okay. So Kimmy comes in. Kimmy is looking good. Kimmy, you've been looking good, girl. I said you go, girl. Kimmy looking good. I know some of y'all don't like Kimmy, but I do feel for Kimmy, because Kimmy went through the whole breast cancer situation and she looked amazing. Like, she looks healthy. She looks vivacious. It looks like she's, getting back to herself. She's like, whoa, what did I walk in on? Okay. Child, and Martell told Big Toenail Head, if that's the case, then a lot of the stuff you do now is irrelevant. Exactly. Like, remind this nigga of who he is. So this whole time I'm seeing Tisha, she's very quiet. Okay, very quiet, not correcting her husband. Okay. Marceau says to Martell, oh, well, I admitted that too. And shut up, Marceau. Martell brought up the fact that he used to cut grass, and that helped him to be the man that he is now. And he made a lot of money doing that, right? I told y'all I used to be in a group called Self-Expression Team Theater, and you wouldn't have a brand new 715 without all the trials and tribulations I went through in that group performing. I was an actress. I danced. I went to performing art schools. Everything that I have did in my life has prepared me for this moment now. So nothing that you do in your journey is ever irrelevant to what you're doing now. It all helped to shape the person that you are today. And those that get it, right? So Melody walks in while they're having this conversation, and everybody gets to asking her, well, did he apologize?
Okay, well, first off, hey, how's everybody doing? Absolutely.
I loved how her energy was so sweet and nice. Like, cause she could have really came in like, yeah, I had to check this nigga while we was up, at the coffee place. Now, did y'all catch when Marceau, this is at the beginning of the meeting, you had to be paying attention. He said that he met Mel for coffee. At first he said, yeah, I had lunch with Mel, but he hurried up and changed it because Tisha made a face, right? He hurried up and minimized it. And yes, they had coffee. We all know that, but I caught that little slip up. Okay? Mel got a dosso. I don't trust Mel. Mel may try to get with my man, behind my back.
I don't know what I just walked into, because the energy became, Mel, we so glad that you here. Absolutely.
Melody said, honey, she was coming in on her zen, with her piece, honey. She about to fly out and catch a flight, honey. Okay. Is that a shirt dress that Mel had on? I love the color. It was just too loose. If it would have been tighter, I would have liked it a little bit more. But I was like, girl, that's for around the house, girl.
Marceau did apologize.
Apologize. So Melody got right to the point on them niggas. Okay. She was like, I feel like it was a great Great first run. I told y'all kudos. I gave y'all props. Melody got to mentioning that she felt like it would have been amazing if they would have had some smaller group setting, makeup, hair, and style. Tiffany chipped in and said, yeah, and learn a little bit more about your audience. Yeah, they didn't get to know those people. It was about them. It was about them showcasing and showboating and, yeah, we're successful and we did this and we did that. And no, you want to make people feel involved, make people feel included. You want people to feel like they can do it. And I love what Stormy had mentioned about the motivations part of it. Because you definitely need to be motivated when you start your business because you can't give up. You know, the hard times are going to come. And you guys, being an entrepreneur is not for the faint at heart. Like even being a content creator. Do y'all understand that a content creator may film a video 3 times before y'all see the final product? Okay, like who has the strength and the discipline and the perseverance to keep going? Okay, what about if the cable is cut off? Okay, like how do we even watch the show? Like, you know, like you really have to be dedicated to whatever you're doing and give it your all. You don't have a regular boss that's telling you, well, hey, hurry up with this, hurry up, improve on this. Nobody is really in your ear. You got to be your own boss. Like this is hard. And there is, and y'all know I work in mental health too, but this content creator business, the way it changes and the ebbs and flows of it, honey, it done blew Miss Robinson's wig back, honey, a few times. Like, you know, mental health is so important. It's so important to stay strong, to stay confident, to keep believing in yourself, even when the people ain't watching your videos. You know, it really takes it takes a strong person to keep going, you know, through all the obstacles, all the transitions, all the criticisms. Okay, like you get knocked down. A lot of people build you up just to tear you down in this industry. I've been doing this since 2016. I will be celebrating next month because that's when I started this channel. I think it was the last day of November, I think, is when I started. So yeah, you know, I really loved Melody and Stormy's input on that. But of course, Big Toenail Head took that, threw it out the window. Well, I'm not with the amen section, and God, you know, as long as you believe in God, you know, you can build your business. No, why do you have to make fun of everything? Why are you so condescending and sarcastic? Why are you such an asshole? You have to be like relatable. You have to be sincere when dealing with people. You want to encourage and motivate them to, you know, transform their lives. Like you got to meet people where they are. And I feel like Marceau's personality, it just doesn't coincide with trying to do that. Like if he does another one of these, he needs Stormy, he needs Melody. Hell, they may not want to work with him because he a damn scammer, honey. Him and his wife. I ain't no scammer, brand new. Shit. Okay, that ain't what them lawsuits say, honey. Okay. But yeah, like y'all have to learn to listen. Based on the feedback that we was getting after the meetings, you know, everybody still wasn't, you know, 100% in. So Marceau tears Stormy's idea down. She's getting frustrated. She feels unheard. Yeah, he just tears people down. Now, was it me or did y'all see how Martell was looking at Melody when she was talking? Yes, nigga, you done messed up a good thing, honey. Okay, for a ooga booga, ooga booga, wooga booga. Okay. Melody mentioned they could have helped the people to get attorneys, to get a CPA, and then at the end to motivate them to, get them started, for them to keep going. And you do need motivation. You do need to feel good about what you are doing. You have to really breathe life into what you are doing, because there's going to be a lot of times where like everything is going to stop. The heartbeat of your business, it may want to go out, but you got to keep breathing life into it. And you're going to need motivation to do that. You're going to need people cheering you on, people that's already in the business, experienced, licensed, right? Successful. You need them to help you out. Because when you don't have money like that, that's what Stormy was talking about. When you don't have the funds for an attorney, a CPA, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have all your ducats in a row, like you're going to feel like Letitia and be wanting to do all these things, but you begin to do things for the wrong reasons. You begin to only want to do these type of things, these entrepreneurial things, because of how it looks and how it sounds. And it's not about you really coming from a genuine place of transparency, of you really trying to help people, and that's the thing right there. Like, you really have to coincide with your business and really love what you do, believe in what you do in order for you to do it well. So Stormy asks Courtney, well, you want me to tell you my questions so you can relay them to Marceau? He's being weird. She starts laughing. So Marceau says, yeah, I really want to know what Courtney's wife had to say about motivation. Melody starts laughing. Stormy says in her confessional she's not here for Marceau's level of sassiness. Courtney says he feels like Marceau should let Tisha talk. He's not going to let her talk because he's not confident in her abilities. He knows she's an imposter. He's one too, except for he knows how to beat around the bush and try to, he know how to act like he know what he talking about. And Tisha, honey, like, she'll be a deer in headlights trying to explain anything. That's why men like Marceau, they partner with women like Tisha. That way they can look good. Oh, I have this woman. I'm smarter than her. I look better than her. Some of y'all getting caught up with, yeah, it ain't about my looks. He say he don't care about looks. A lot of these type of men, they don't care about looks. And I'm not at all saying that Tisha is ugly. Because I told you, I feel like Tisha is attractive, but some men, they will date a woman that looks a certain way. That way they can feel like they have the upper hand in the relationship. Okay? That makes them feel good. Like, yeah, she could never leave me. I've had guys say that to me. Like, yeah, I don't know about dating you because the niggas, they gonna be all on you. I don't know how to deal with that. I've had guys say that to me. So they will go with, a plain Jane or, somebody that, don't keep theyself up or, so that's some men. Some men do date women that may look like a plain Jane because they love that woman and that woman resonates with their soul. There is that too. But I'm just saying, men of today, ladies, are very calculated. Like, our men are not the men of yesteryear, where they want to protect us, want to respect us, want to build a family and a legacy with us. There's a lot of, I got to tear you down to build myself up. That's what Marceau did this whole fucking episode, I gotta tear Melody down. And I told y'all the target is always the threat, and the threat is always the target, honey. That's why people stay coming for Miss Robinson, honey. Okay? But my head is very big over here. I know I look good, sound good, got everything going for me, and ain't a brother Tucker stopping a mother plucking thing. How you doing? So Courtney gets on Marceau and tells him that him being in charge has the meeting all over the place. Kimmy says this is not productive. Marceau says to the group, the Black Expo next year will be better than ever. Okay, because of all the input that you guys are giving us, and we will incorporate that into the next expo. Child, Marceau says he was an all A student. He knows how to figure this out. Kimmy said, honey, I was an all A student too. What does that have to do with anything? He's deflecting. So Marceau gets to telling Tiffany, because she asks, well, are y'all going to be doing the Black Business Expo? And then Marceau was like, yeah, we're going to be doing it next year. And Stormy was like, well, I thought we were all collaborating. I think that they all should host it, not just Marceau and scamming ass Tisha. Okay? Because they don't know how to be honest and upfront and sincere with people. You really have to be personable with people, and they really have a lot that they could both learn from Mel while they sitting up making fun of her, especially Marceau. And Tisha, you over there copying every damn thing that she do, but you don't do it in the way in which she does it. That's why it does not give. So Stormy gets to saying in her confessional, she feel like she should have just stayed her ass at home. And then she asks Courtney in the confessional, like, why did we come? And Courtney was like, well, I came because you invited me. I was cracking up. So Melody gets to saying that she hopes that the next expo is more put together, more streamlined, more, just better, honey, all the way around. Now, why did she say that? Okay, who said that? Melody said that. Tisha had a problem with that. Okay? Did y'all see Tisha's face when Melody was talking? Like, girl, you didn't even say nothing to Stormy. She over there calling your man a bitch. Okay? And you didn't say shit to her. But see, this is how I told y'all. I told y'all how a woman really feels about you. It will always come out. You will be thinking that y'all are on the right path, y'all on the right foot, and then bam. Okay? And Melody caught it. She like, why Tisha getting so upset by what I'm saying? Everybody else was talking and she was quiet because she wants to play in your face. She wants to copy off everything you say and do, but she don't want you because the self-esteem is fragile. She's not agile. She's not the opposite of that. The self-esteem, the self-worth, it's low. Okay? And Mel, you are her competition. All this, we trying to be cordial and shit. No, she ain't trying to do that. Okay? And she showed herself. Your slip is showing Tisha. So you trying to say, Mel, that you don't feel like the expo was organized?
I definitely don't feel it was organized. People was paying on the day of, like, it was all over the place. God said, go girl.
Child, it was funny. Child, Melody said, and certain things wasn't thought out. Yeah, because Tisha, this is her mentality. As long as I copy every little thing you do, and these copycats, they only copy what you've did on the surface. Okay, they know how to make stuff look a certain way, but the expo just looked like one badass garage sale, honey, that went wrong, honey. It was just a big ass rummage sale that just was all over the place, honey. Okay, it was like, goddamn, shit, who keeping the money? Okay, Who put all this bullshiggity together, okay?
I'm just hoping by the next time, y'all have an expo, everything will be, organized,
So Melody gets up to go. She did one of my favorite things. She checked the motherfuckers in the room and let them know, honey, I got a flight to catch, okay? And Miss Tisha, honey, was bothered, honey, okay? A lot of things was planned out in the event. I'm like, why do you keep pronouncing event like that? Damn, girl. Tisha, girl. But she was like, the event. It was planned out. I mean, me and my soul, we did the best that we could do. Like people act so ungrateful. Like this was our first expo. So Tisha gets to saying, honey, we need to get feedback on like the main event, not all the stuff that was happening prior to. But what Melody was trying to tell her ass is, like when shit is handled prior to, i.e. the $100 that y'all should have collected, okay, way before the day of the expo, like if that stuff would have been intact, like girl, you could have had a better expo. Okay, listen, y'all asked for people's opinion. Well, maybe you didn't ask because you ain't strong enough to take any constructive feedback, honey. But like, people give y'all their opinions, listen and shut the hell up, okay? I love how Melody told Tisha, yeah, we are definitely here, honey, to discuss that. I was like, get her, Melody, get her. Because she was trying to hurry up and change the subject. Melody said, honey, we not go downplay what I just said. Okay, listen. So Melody caught on to, Tisha, being shady with her. So Melody ends up leaving. Then Marceau gets to reiterating, all the ideas that y'all are giving, I'm taking it all in. I'm going to use it. And then Tiffany was like, even the women at the table? Because y'all know he don't respect women. Oh, so Marceau says, even if you're not used to getting valued, you will get valued here. So then Tisha wants to correct Marceau. Girl, you didn't let this nigga say all this stuff up in this meeting and you just now correcting him. So Stormy makes a comment and she was like, just like a bitch. That's what I didn't like. I felt like that was unnecessary for her to just keep reiterating, he's a bitch. We know that. Okay? We know that, but nobody else is talking like that. Okay? So I wasn't here for that. Marceau admits to being a bitch, and then Stormy was like, oh, I know. Tisha, why you didn't say nothing, sis? You had everything to say to Melody. Come on. So Marceau realizes that Stormy is trying to get a reaction out of him. And then he mentions we know who not to invite next time, talking about her and Courtney. Courtney mentions they are not coming. I was cracking up, and then Maurice was like, well, why wouldn't you come? And then Marceau was like, because they're not needed. And then Courtney said, well, he hates that, the Black Expo was organized. We don't participate in stuff that's unorganized. And Maurice was like, well, what part was unorganized? And Courtney said, all of it. Bitch, I fell out. Woo, then Courtney admitted that he wasn't really there. He heard it from Stormy, and then, and then they got to playing around with that. I was like, why you say that, Courtney? Because him and his damn brother got to doing the semantics with that. See, you wasn't there. It was still fucked up, okay? The people that was there have spoken, okay? The same person that y'all wanted to speak at y'all event, Miss Melody Cherie, she already co-signed that point that it was all over the place, okay? Make it make sense. Listen. Stormy and Courtney, they end up leaving. They saying they, confessional that they ended up leaving, because Stormy was worried about Courtney, and, she felt like Courtney probably would have cussed Marceau out if they would have stayed. Courtney feel like Marceau talked too much, especially when it come to women. So, child, next we got Kimmy and Miss Nail. So, Kimmy, once again, honey, is, in my opinion, being a bit messy. If you felt like Miss Nail felt uninvited, you see that she's a part of the cast now. I feel like she should have been invited at the meeting. But you uninvited her to the meeting to give feedback. What was the point of that, Kimmy? Child, what the hell is that on Miss Nail's head? Take that shit off your head and stop playing. Okay, what the hell type of Hulk Hogan ass wig is that? So they get to talking about Miss Nail and Tisha and their issues. Miss Nail says she thinks that her and Tisha is okay, but she's not really sure. So Kimmy gets to telling Miss Nail why she didn't invite her to the town hall meeting about the Black Business Expo. And she felt like Miss Nail wasn't there, so she couldn't really give them constructive criticism on, the event, the Black Business Expo. But I feel like it's shady, though. I still feel like it's shady. Put y'all comments in the comment section. How do y'all feel about that? I just feel like, I don't know, Miss Nail and Tisha got an issue, and now you're making it even more of an issue, Kimmy, because now it's like, yeah, but you wasn't there, and yeah, but she could still tell y'all, well, hey, y'all should do this like this. She could still have an input. I kind of see a little bit of what Kimmy is saying, but I still feel like she's a part of the cast. Y'all need to embrace her. Y'all gonna have to film with her and deal with her. So, yeah, but I don't know. Put your comments in the comment section. Kimmy says she didn't want anybody at the meeting that would complain about the expo. And Miss Nail said she wouldn't have complained. She would have listened. So Miss Nail says to Kimmy, honey, I wasn't coming there to rehash anything. It's the fact that me and Fletcher been in North Huntsville longer than any of you all. Kimmy said, honey, what does that mean? You know what it means, Kimmy. Miss Nail says, honey, I still feel like I should have been there, and I feel like you shouldn't have made that call for me. Kimmy is trying to protect Tisha, and she needs to let Tisha grow up and be a big girl all on her own. Okay? But I told y'all, Maurice and Marceau, they didn't already had a meeting with Kimmy telling her, Heifer, you need to be more loyal to our family. Kimmy says, but it was my meeting. Who cares? Y'all all are castmates, Kimmy. What is your problem? But Miss Nail says to Kimmy, well, why would you even invite me to the meeting? I don't understand this. Like, how the hell do you invite somebody somewhere just to uninvite them? And then Kimmy get to saying, well, you and Tisha already had an issue. No, Tisha had an issue. Tisha does not want anybody to see her for who and what she really is. She left Miss Nail and Chris out on purpose, her and Marceau. Miss Nail said, honey, in her confessional, I wish she would have told Kimmy, honey, to her face, but she said her and Fletcher really could have brought a lot, to that meeting, especially with all the experience they got with being entrepreneurs in North Huntsville, honey, for over 30 plus years. You better say it. So, child, they agreed to disagree. I thought it was funny when Miss Nail said, yeah, we Gucci. And then Kimmy said, yeah, that's Stormy. I can't be affording to hand out purses to make sure we good. I was like, oh, the shade, honey. But that was some good shade. I liked it. So next, honey, we got Martell Hook-Headed Holt. He is breaking ground, honey. He starts a new project. He actually took the initiative to get the building permits for the project. Still ain't got the damn builder's license, but anything will do when you are on the first floor. Okay? You need to finally stop operating hook-headed like a good-for-nothing nigga that only offers sex. Okay, that's what the niggas on the first floor offered, sex. Some good dick, and that ain't enough, honey. Okay, Chris Fletcher shows up to talk to Martell. Martell's business partner is there. He big ups Hook-Headed for doing what he was supposed to do. he was being the Miss Marlene, honey, of the show, honey. My son, look at what my son did. He went and got the building's permits for the project. Bitch, he finally did what he was supposed to do. Okay, ain't nobody gonna give you credit for what you supposed to do. Okay, shit, get out of here with that. But yeah, Chris Fletcher get on Hook-Headed for still being in them people's house. And then Hook-Headed still like, this is how you know you dealing with a narcissist. Nigga, yes means yes, no means no. Get your ass out. Chris Fletcher said the people want their house. He got to sell the house to the people. Okay, this is their house. Get your ass out. Go to a hotel. They end up talking about Marceau. Chris Fletcher mentions how him and his wife had dinner with Marceau and Tisha and how Marceau got a big ass mouth. Chris Fletcher brings up the fact that Marceau act like he didn't know that him and Miss Nell had a daycare center for all these years. So Martell's business partner says, well, I didn't know you had one either, but Chris Fletcher didn't feel offended by that because he like, yeah, but you don't really know me like that. So that's cool. But Marceau has been knowing me and my wife for years, so he should know better. Chris mentioned that they did get some sponsorships, but Tisha didn't want to mention how much. Martell mentioned that was Melody's suggestion. Exactly. Child, Martell had me cracking up when he said Marceau and Tisha, they didn't even think about the sponsorships. And Martell was like, shit, it's a lot of shit y'all didn't think of until the Holtz introduced you to it. I was like, you better say it. Because y'all know I am rarely ever on big... he ain't Big Toenail Head. I'm getting my heads mixed up. Hook-Headed side, honey. I ain't never on his side, but I agree with him. Like, you better speak on it. Shit. You done help these people develop the business. Well, not develop the business acumen, honey, because the people say y'all don't pay. Y'all owe. Okay? But yeah, y'all done introduce them to the property preservation business. Y'all done, let them borrow y'all car, live in one of y'all properties. Y'all done got these people some jobs. Y'all done introduce them to the people in the community to get them moving and shaking, and they like to, speak ill of y'all name. They don't want to put some respect on y'all name. Okay, shit. Make it make sense. Martell's business partner says, yeah, I was just at the BBC last year and Melody spoke. And Martell was like, yeah, she's a great speaker. Hell, nigga, she was a great wife. But it was important, honey, for you to hook up with that Ooga Booga. Okay? Had you a fine ass wife, smart as hell. Okay? Fine as hell. And you messed it all up. Okay. Martell said that Melody was speaking even when Marceau was up at the movie theater with them big ass suits on. She was speaking good all the way back then. You could see Chris Fletcher kind of laughing. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I like this. I like when he defends Melody because it's the truth, right? Martell says he feels used by the Scotts. Chris Fletcher mentions Scotts. Martell mentioned that they introduced Marceau to Scott, and we gonna do the same thing that me and Melody did with Holt and Holt, and then you go buy me out, and that's what happened. And Martell, honey, goes off. He's just like, honey, if it wasn't for me and Melody, honey, you wouldn't have even touched any of the projects that you are working on as of today. Okay, put some respect on our name. Okay? Martell said if he would have known all the stuff that Marceau said, before the town hall meeting, honey, he would have confronted him. And I told y'all, Martell didn't even like some of the stuff that Marceau was saying. But see, Marceau was banking on Martell to talk negatively about Melody. But Martell pretty much stayed quiet. Do y'all notice that? Okay? Child Hook-Headed brought up God's name. Like, we on your side right now, Martell, but you are a Chucky doll. You are a representation of the devil. Okay, so don't be using God's name in vain, fool. But he said God don't play and he don't play either. Well, alrighty then. Okay, you better go get you some damn U-Haul trucks and move up out of them people's house. Okay, stop playing with the people hook-headed. Okay, like I just wish that Martell would embrace the man he used to be. Like when I first started this show, you guys, before I found out about all the cheating and shit he did to Melody, I liked Martell. I felt like him and Melody were camera ready. They were very personable. They were very likable until he started showing his ass. But honey, that was the review. That's all I got. Okay. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.